What's good, people? And we are live. It's your man DL Saint with you. And yeah, we're going to be talking more about this opportunity of a lifetime. The FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, they are looking for air traffic controllers. And y'all can see how serious we are about this, trying to get this information out here because this career changed my life. And there are very few opportunities that you're going to get like this, people. And I'm talking to you young people. Unfortunately, you cannot be over 30. 30 is the cutoff. You have to be 30 by the time. You can't be no older than 30 by the time you submit the application. And that is coming up next week. So we're right into it. I'm DL Saint. This is DL Saint. I Really Want to Know podcast. Over the next few days, you're going to see me talking about this topic and this topic only. I have pushed all of my other content ideas to the side. That's how important this is. If there's only one person out there who was watching this, either on the replay or watching today, or is going to be watching on Monday, or going to be watching on Wednesday, because I'm going to be hitting this hard, and you get in and become an air traffic controller, that's all I'm looking for. If it's only one person, we're hoping we can get as many people in as possible. But this is just an opportunity that I don't want people to miss out on. We're in a recession. Things are crazy. This is one of the few recession-proof careers that I know of. Yeah, it's a government job, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff that goes along with that when it comes to paperwork, when it comes to the HR tech and the way that the government moves. But I'm here to tell you it is worth it. You have to push through it and get out there and make this happen. So I can't do this by myself. For this, I need my partner in crime. And y'all know what it is. It's my man, Jay Swans. What's good, bro?
I don't do no crimes. I don't get caught on no crimes.
I don't get caught, and I don't do things. Two different statements, two completely different statements. For him to say, I don't do crimes, I'm like, when we turn the cameras off, I will remind him of some of the things that we were doing.
I'm saying I don't get caught doing crimes. Let me get that up.
Like Ned's cleaning up behind you.
No. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So busty.
Yeah.
Like it's Saturday, and we're see how important this is. We have paused our lives for this because we are trying to get this information out there for those of y'all who would take advantage of this. I hope y'all do. I really do, man. So yeah, Jay Swans. We do it live. That's how it works, man. So
we're doing it live. Let's do it live, Don. Do it live. Yo, I did that on purpose. You know what I mean? Because you wearing them headphones, probably ain't even plugged in, bro.
Oh man,
Yo, man, air traffic control headset, man. You're supposed to be able to handle that. Sometimes the mic goes up and down. You done got over.
I'm still here. It's just my, you know, I got that tinnitus, bro. My ears ain't been right since our military days, and there you go screaming into my ears, man.
No, I know.
See how your people treat you. See how your people treat you. Miss AKA Lady, good afternoon to you too as well. Happy Saturday. Happy Father's Day. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure Jay Swans, look at that. He gave you a salute. So there you go. Thanks. Thank you so much. We're going to get into this, y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
What are we talking about? Air traffic control specialist. 2152 is the series. FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. This is the job, y'all. I did this for over 20 plus years. Jay Swans did this for over 20 plus years. We did this in the military. We were both Army air traffic controllers. And we did this in the civilian world. Jay Swans, air traffic manager. So between the two of us, well over 50 years of experience, tons and tons of stories. Yeah, that's crazy. And if you watched the episode before, we were saying that this opportunity was coming up, this hire, this bid. Get used to the terminology, and we thought it was about 30 days away. It turns out that it is 1 week away.
Yeah, it's a week away.
1 week away. And once the bid opens, when this process opens, it'll only be open for 72 hours. So you have a very small window of opportunity. The last time that they did this, they being the FAA, the last time that I remember, because they've done this a few times, but between 20 and 50,000 people applied. The system crashed. and the system's gonna crash again. And those people who made it, right? Those people who made it were the people who stuck with it. So
we're gonna make the system crash again.
Yeah,
we're
yes, we absolutely want the system to crash, and it will shut down. So we're gonna give you some tips. We're gonna do what we can to get you trained up and ready, so you can prepare to handle all that. And that's why, like, if you're a young man or young woman, you're under the age of 30, and you want to get into this career, you're listening to us right now, open up another tab if you're on your computer and follow along. I put in the chat a link to this. Y'all know I don't put links like that out there. I just don't, but I did. If you have any questions, you can hit that link, and you can pop up on here. You can ask us directly, or you can just go ahead and type it in the chat if you have any questions. I also pinned the FAA has a page that we're going to be going over, and I also put that in the chat as well, so you can hit that and you can look at what we will be sharing on the screen.
Yo, we going live.
Yeah,
we're going live.
Going live on a Saturday. Well, all the young kids are probably still in bed asleep because they were out all night. I was out all night too. I didn't get home till the sun came up, and here I am doing this. So if an old man could do it, y'all young people ain't got no excuse.
I was in bed by 11 o'clock last night.
Did you have your warm milk and everything?
I did.
Yeah.
I had them Oreo cookies, the golden double stuff though.
Oh,
brother, come on now, don't front. You know,
so much sugar, sugar.
Bro, I know. And then I got out of bed and had to do my stretches this morning because I'm old now. Ain't jumping out of bed like we used to working that shift work where you could jump out of bed. So
I try, but too many body parts hurt now, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
What I mean? It's just like, oh man, getting old is cool, but boy, it's painful.
Tell you, and all you people that think that the air traffic control thing and everybody's all stressed out and heart conditions and all that other stuff. Look, it ain't like that. Like if you take care of your body, you take care of yourself, man. It's a good thing. You can retire early. Like I said, man, I ain't even 50 yet. You feel me?
You over here bragging. I ain't lying. It's something. It's definitely something. I'm working on my equipment.
I just want these cats to realize, the opportunities that are presented to them. Like this is, like you said, man, it changes people's lives. Like I said, I'm not even 50 years old, and I'm retired on a golf course with a pool in the middle of my house, bro. You got to go through my front doors to get to my pool. So that's how I'm living. And that's amazing. It's a blessing from God. It's a testament to my wife, because without her, I'd have none of this stuff. So, smart investments, smart use of your retirement, a pension. These are the things that you get being an air traffic controller. It's an amazing career.
It really is, y'all. We're not playing. Like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. We just can't stress it enough. So we're about to get into it. Miss AKA Lady, you should post the link in the comments after the live. I think the links disappear when it's over. It does, and I shall. I will pin below for the replay the links that are in here now. I won't pin the link to join the stream, obviously, but all of the links to what we're talking about, I will pin them below. And as I get more information, because Jay Swanson has been just gathering up all his information, a retired air traffic controller who is out there getting all his information. You would think people in the FAA would be doing that.
I know I just want to say, I used to do a lot of this, a lot of recruiting. It was crazy. It got to be insane. But when I retired, I pretty much stopped it. The passion just wasn't there. And after doing that last video, I had some family members hit me up. I had Don getting in me, that self-reflection that you got to do sometimes,
self-assessment.
Yeah. I had to get checked. And when your brothers check you, it ain't nice. You know what I mean? So, I'm here, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna go all in, see if I can make this happen. And we don't get anything for this. Like, we're not looking for no money. I don't need no attention. Don knows, I try to keep a low profile as it is. So, this isn't about us. This is about helping y'all. This is about getting y'all the opportunity to really change your lives. And, that whole red pill, blue pill thing, black pill, fluorescent, green, I don't know. But I know a lot of cats are really into that. And I guess part of that process is that, you got to be that high value man, which he and I have different opinions. I think you're high value if your mama tells you so. But,
Lord. Oh, man. Oh, no, you didn't just say that. All right, when we finish with the recruiting stuff next week, when this is over, we're gonna circle back to that statement.
But
My mama told me so. Oh
exactly.
Lord.
My mama told me I'm famous and I'm important, so I believe it. But I mean, if you this is your opportunity to really level up. All right, like facts. You'll see the median salary for air traffic controllers is probably around 120, 130,000, if not more.
We're gonna bring that up.
Yeah, so this is your opportunity to check in those boxes. All right, I can't help you being 6 feet. You just need to be mad at your parents for that. Can't help you with that, but I can help you, with your finances.
Yeah,
They say when you get this money, we'll do videos later on about how to handle that money seriously, because I know my first year in the agency, I owed the IRS over 10 grand because brother was like, woo, then bought stereos and
he owed 10 grand. Uncle Saint owed a little bit more. So yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's a great point, bro. I had no idea. Going from
nothing
filing an easy form for taxes to going to needing a top tier accountant to do your taxes. I'm telling you, y'all, it's a lot of money. And you're young people. Most of you will be single. Most of you won't have kids. Some of you will. It's cool, but most of you won't. So that is a lot of money that goes to Uncle Sam. And there are people out there who talk about this when they talk about write-offs. They talk about starting businesses to keep their expenses down. Why? Because we all know the government loves to waste their money, your money. The government loves to waste it. I tell you right now, the military-industrial complex. Hey, man, you guys ever see the Comanche fly? No, but we spent almost $1 trillion on that thing.
I forgot about that.
We ever see that? Oh, it's a helicopter that does loop-de-loops, and it's like Airwolf, and it's this and that. Yeah, we spent, the United States government put so much money into that project for this attack helicopter to replace the Apache that you're never going to see because they blew all the money. So this is why you want to make sure you minimize your taxes, your tax liability. This is why people like Donald Trump say they don't pay taxes, because the government, the people we elect to office, they just waste the money. So, all right, we got to get it back on mission.
Yeah, that's definitely another video. But yeah, I mean,
we got to get it back on mission.
It will change your life, though, for real. So, do it, man. Put it on the screen. Let's do it.
Yeah, your 1099-D. Man, look, I have professionals to handle my taxes now.
I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. I got an accountant. I don't know nothing about that.
Nothing about that there. So let's see, and I'm gonna take that off, and I'm gonna use this. There we go.
Now, how you gonna talk while you doing it?
Oh, I thought that was my inner monologue. You can hear that? My bad.
Oh yeah. It said devil said don't eat. Devil said don't eat.
My bad. If y'all see me sitting here like this, my finger starts talking red rum. Run. I'm telling you now. Run.
I'm gonna film that shit. I'm getting money off of that, bro.
So here we go, y'all. We're going in. We are on mission. So listen. BATC. ATC stands for Air Traffic Control. FAA hiring air traffic controllers. First of all, Jay Swan, what college degree do I need to apply for this?
None. No college degree.
Say that again. So you're saying if I drop fries at Burger King and I'm a U.S. citizen and I don't have any felonies, I'm under 30 years old, can I apply?
Yes. And that's real talk. Hey, look, when we say anybody can apply, as long as you have 3 years of work experience and you were over the age of 18. All right. Obviously be a U.S. citizen. But if you drop fries since you were 16 years old and you're 18 years old now, well, I can't say that's not 3 years, but you're 19 years old now. All right. You are eligible to apply for this position. And don't sit back and think, oh, I can't do this because, I've only done fries and, I've only done this or I've only done that. No, apply. Don't disqualify yourself. Make them disqualify you. And notice I didn't say let them. Make them disqualify you. Okay. Like do not pass this up thinking you can't do something. It's like credit, y'all. I don't want to apply for this loan because I know I'm not going to get it because I don't have this. No. All right. Apply. Make people tell you no. All right.
So right away, y'all, 3 years of work experience, over the age of 18, U.S. citizen, right? Where are you going to go with that skill set, with those 3 qualifications, and possibly be setting yourself up to make well over 6 figures in a very rewarding career. Air traffic. Why y'all think we are so keen to get this information out there? You don't need college. Like, so many people keep telling me, well, what degree do you have? Degree of hard knocks. You know what I mean? I'm airborne. I went to airborne school. That's the school I went to. Is that a specialized aviation school? Yeah, you can say that, right?
Yeah.
But it's 3 years of work experience. That's it. That is it. That means if you're an able-bodied human in this country and you're a U.S. citizen, you can apply.
Yeah. Please stress that you can apply. I mean, so many people just they think that they just, well, I'm not qualified for this. No, you can apply. If you are a U.S. citizen, 30 years or younger, all right, and you've worked for 3 years, you are eligible to apply. Okay. I don't know how many times we can stress that, because I know a lot of people who just, I can't do that. I've only been a waiter for 3 years. Okay. If you
and I want to say this too, if you're in some specialized college that's teaching you underwater basket weaving, that's great. I'm so happy you're in that program. But you too should apply. It's not like they're going to offer you a job tomorrow. Apply. Throw your name in the hat. This is a process. And what we want to stress on this particular episode is getting in line, getting prepared for the announcement to come out. Because we just told y'all, we know the system is going to crash. It's crashed before. We're trying to get 100,000 people applying for these positions, right? There are less than 20,000 air traffic controllers for the FAA in America.
I think they listed the number right now at 14,000.
14,000. That's because most of the ones they hired quit. They made so much money so fast, they saved up their money and then they just left. So, which never happened before. Again, that's another episode. Yeah, that's another episode. But apply. I don't care what you're doing in life right now. Apply. If you're in the police academy, go ahead and apply if you got time. Put it in there. You know what I mean? Because who knows what's going to happen.
If you're in the police academy and you're not in New York or San Francisco, you'll make more money as an air traffic controller. I'll tell you right now. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that is that. What the kids say? Fax.
Yes.
There you go. There's your fax machine right there. Jay Swans, he knows a lot of people in law enforcement. They're cool. He knows what they're making. And listen, y'all, not a lot of money.
Hey, I'll tell you, I got offered a job by California CHP right after I got offered a job by the FAA. And I turned it down. And the CHP guy was shocked. He's like, you know how much money you make here? And I'm like, yeah, but I ain't got to carry a gun and I'll make more. So there you go. Definitely. This is such a great opportunity. I don't want people to blow it. Plus I'm motivated now, that means we're going to get at least 20,000 people apply because I'm motivated now. And
He's motivated, which means he ain't gonna lose. There's one thing y'all know about Jay Swans, he don't lose. He don't like that. So he got motivated. I'm like, man, now I'm gonna have to work. Uncle Sank's gonna have to work now. What have I done? I've awakened the sleeping giant. So BATC to safeguard the skies. You love a challenge. You are looking for a career to make a difference. You want to bring your best every day. The FAA is looking for you, right? The FAA is hiring people interested in a career as an air traffic controller. BATC, I guess that's their slogan. They are against the government. They got to come up with some sort of catchphrase. BATC. That's almost as good as Army of One. You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
That's just corny. But hey, that part about, a career where you actually make a difference. How many careers do you know that when you go to work every day, you are not only going to make a difference, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. You literally, every time a plane lands, every time one takes off, every time one taxis to parking, every time one gets from sector A to sector B, you can actually see, your work actually happen. You can actually see the benefits of your work. You can see people's lives being saved. And that's really important. And that's fulfilling. Okay. For those of you who have not had a career, I'm sure there's some people out there that are, like you're like a waiter and all you hear is people complain all day long and this and that. You get that. But here you get thanked more than you get complained about. Trust me, if you do your job. So that's important there. And you got to be on your A game. And, and you and I both, we know some controllers that, that show up all kinds of half sleep, been partying all night or whatever. Right. But when they plug in, it's on. Yeah. All right. They headaches, head hurting, not feeling good, but you plug in, it's on.
Yeah, they
And
take
when
it
you
to a new
unplug,
level.
yeah, you go back downstairs and you sit there with your head hurting, this and that. But when you're working, it's on. And it's, we've been fortunate to have a career where we work with, and I'll tell you, even for lack of a better term, the shit bags that I worked around, okay, and there's a couple of them everywhere, they were still professional for the most part compared to what you'd see in most places. And they did their jobs. So I got to give them that kind of respect. So it's definitely a career.
That's the truth. I remember when I first started air traffic control, I was working one of the positions. I'm going to do an episode next week when we're going to get into the weeds about air traffic control terms. So I'm not going to say the words now, but later I'm going to say them. But one day I was sitting there, I'm working in the towers, part of the tower team, and one of the older controllers, senior guy, it was an honor for me to work with this guy. He'd been working airplanes longer than I've been alive. It was crazy. And he was working, and he loved his job. Same thing. He plugged in. He lived to do this job. He did not want to retire. They made him go. And he's talking to an airplane, and he was basically telling the airplane to turn. And he's got his hand out, almost like he's a Jedi or something, right? And he's moving his hand. So he's telling the airplane to turn, and he's moving his hand. And as he's moving his hand, the wing of that airplane came up and it turned. I was sitting there, some brand new controller, like that was the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. But I'm like, I love this job. I was in 90 days at that point, and I'm looking at that, and I'm like, one day I'm going to be able to do that. And it took me the better part of a year to get to that point where I could do what he was doing, because it's very training intensive in this job. But once you complete all the training, oh man, you're good to go. It's kind of like you're a real Jedi now. So I just wanted to share that story. BATC, an air traffic controller. As an air traffic controller, you will join the FAA's fast-paced active team of 14,000 professionals across the nation working in radar facilities and in towers who help keep the skies safe. It's down to 14,000 controllers for the FAA nationwide. That's a scary number. That's a scary. We should be around 20,000.
Yeah, really, huh?
We should be around.
Tells you guys how many openings there are that they got to fill. And mind you, of that 14,000, I'm sure there's a couple thousand that are eligible to retire.
More than a third of that number, I would say, is eligible to retire. More than a third can walk away today if they want to. You don't like it's okay. So we touched on this before, but in air traffic control, we're not going to get into the weeds on this, but basically at age 50, you can retire. At age 56, you must retire. If you're still an air traffic controller at age 56, you can't do the job anymore. You can get into management like what Jay Swanson did, but you cannot control airplanes. So of that 14,000 professionals across the country who are working right now, I mean, easily a third of them could call work today and say, I'm retired. Because you don't have, there's no big process. You just pick up the phone, hey, I'm retired, and hang up. That's how it works. I'm done. Yeah, hey, you want me to come to work? Yeah, go F yourself. I'm done. I'm retired. Click. So 14,000 controllers. We're already 6,000 plus down, and a third of them cannot come to work today if they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Right? And within the next few years, they're going to be forced to retire regardless. So maybe almost half that number might be looking at retirement over the next 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and so once again, they're hiring, and they're going to continue to hire. So when you put your application in, you might not, you're not going to get a call in 3 or 4 days. You're not going to get a call in a week, but you might get a call in 3 or 4 months, and you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Your head's got to be right. Your mind's got to be right. You got to be ready to make some moves, because I know when I got my call, it was like, can you be here in 2 weeks? Now I could have been like, well, I got this going on, and, I got to give my job a notice, and, the dog needs water, whatever. And if I would have done that and been like, could you push that back? I guarantee she'd have been like, you know what? I'll give you a call back later, and probably would have never heard from them again.
No, I never would have heard from them again.
Right.
I was living in Cincinnati, Ohio, when I put the process was different back then. This was 1996, 97 when I started the process, and I started in 98. So when they finally called me, and Jay Swanson is telling you the truth, 1996, like towards the middle, the end of 96, 97, I put my paperwork in, so it was at least a year and a half. I didn't hear anything from anybody. I thought it was a dream or something. Like, well, did that even happen? And when they called me, finally they called me. Okay, we got a slot. Where would you like to work? Because I'm living in Cincinnati. Well, if you want to work in Cincinnati, CVG, Northern Kentucky, Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Airport, it will take another 6 months. I'm like, I'll go anywhere. So they're like, okay, how about Northern California? Fine. Again, Cincinnati, Ohio. And there's like, we can send you to Northern California. Fine. 3 months after that, I get my paperwork that says, okay, you're going to Van Nuys, California, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking Northern California. So I'm on the map trying to find Van Nuys in Northern California, and I could not find it because Van Nuys is in LA. Yeah. So I could not find it. And they're like, oh, no, there was a change. So you're going to Van Nuys. I got myself out to Van Nuys, which included airplanes, trains, and buses. I am not kidding, y'all. I was broke. It wasn't like now when I can just get a flight. Yeah, it ain't like now where I can like, oh, you know what? It's Thursday and I feel like going to London. It ain't like that. So I got out there as best I could. I had $100, like $120 in my pocket, no place to live. I didn't have a car. I didn't care. I would have slept on the street. I went there, I showed up, and I got started with my career in Van Nuys, California. I wound up in the San Fernando Valley. So once I figured out where it was on the map, then it was like, oh yeah, we cooking, I'm good. So, but that's the way I am. I knew this was an amazing opportunity and I was going to take it. So that was me. And so the application window opens nationwide June 24th through 27th for all eligible U.S. citizens. Check back on June 24th to access the application. And they they have a link here. You can just click the link, and I'm assuming it's going to take you right to usajobs.gov to this announcement. So, but there it is. June 24th is Friday, people. It's Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which blows my mind that the window's open over the weekend.
Yeah, but hey, and don't wait until Friday to register. All right, get yourself registered through that system as soon as possible, because it's a bit of a process, but get yourself through that system and get yourself registered on there, and get your resume ready. Now, when it comes to your resume, don't upload your resume. Do not do that. All right, use the resume writer that's in USA Jobs, because if you upload your own resume, you may not get everything that they need. You're not going to get all those boxes checked. Use just cut and paste whatever you got on your resume and put it into USA Jobs. Okay.
This is not a request, people. This is not a request. This is a directive.
Yeah.
Listen to what he say.
I know people that have missed out on this opportunity because they thought they were smarter than me. And they're like, oh no, my resume is great. I had somebody write my resume. It's the best resume in the world. And when I hear that, Don will tell you, I'll be like, all right, do you?
Do you?
You know what I mean? Hey, you know more than me, do you? Okay.
It'll be one of these.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely give you one of those. And they've missed out on an opportunity. So I'm telling you now, use USA Jobs. Take whatever you got, cut and paste it, stick it in their thing. Okay.
And for the military people out there, let me say it so y'all understand. If you fail to use the tool attached to usajobs.gov, if you use your own tool or you upload your own resume, you are wrong. Beat your boots.
You are no-go.
You are a no-go at this station. Listen, y'all, this is very important. You must use their tools. You must. Yeah. Now, when we were waiting to start the show, Jay Swanson was telling me that they have a digital toolkit, which is right here. Like as you're scrolling down, you're looking at this stuff, right out underneath this application window and da-da-da. While you wait, access our digital toolkit. Did you want me to open that up or no?
Yeah, go ahead and open it up, man. Do it. Do it some more. Slowly.
So I hit it. And here's another thing about air traffic, y'all. So here it is, BATC campaign toolkit. Every year, the FAA has a short window for any eligible U.S. citizen to apply to become an air traffic controller, ATC. That's what that means, air traffic control. To raise awareness for upcoming application window, June 24th to 27th of this year, 2022, the FAA has launched a campaign called BATC to encourage more applications from women, minorities, individuals from underrepresented communities. So, all right, here we go. Now we into the woke. Yeah, we into the wokeness. The government, people, the government is always looking for these groups. Always.
Changed. That has not changed in like 20 years,
Shit.
which is crazy.
Yes. They are always looking for these groups.
And part of that issue is I think, in our community, within our community, we have a fear of trying new things. It goes deeper, whatever. I don't want to get into all that, but we have a fear, and we have a culture that, I'm doing this, and I'm just gonna stick with this because this is the thing to do. Okay, don't be afraid to try new things. Okay, do not be afraid to try new things. I keep saying okay because I'm like, are you listening? Do not be afraid to try new things. This is an opportunity to make more money than, what is it? You said 14% of America makes more than $100,000 a year?
Yes.
Well, shoot, then 14,000 of them are air traffic controllers.
Yes. So keep that in mind, y'all.
Like I said, high value men, that whole thing about, what is it? 6 figures, 6 feet, 6-pack. I can't help you with the 6-pack. I can't help you with the 6 feet, but I can help get you them 6 figures. All you got to do is listen to what we're saying, follow the directions, and click the links.
Yes.
All right.
Couldn't say it better. And like I said, the FAA is always looking for that. Now, when you get into the FAA, when you get into government work, there are all kind of subgroups in there. There are the LGBTQ community is represented within air traffic control. They have plus. They have an organization, right? You have the overall union, National Air Traffic Controllers Association, which is for everybody. You have a Latino wing for federal governments. What is it?
NBC FHE.
FHE.
National Coalition, I think, of Hispanic Aviation Employees, something like that. And
they're making moves and doing good things. And then you have an organization for African Americans, which is the NBCFAE. What is that? The National Black Coalition.
Yeah.
The National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees. On Monday, we'll have the president of that organization on this platform talking about careers, talking about the career, talking about working for the government, and what it was like for his experience. Shout out to Freddie Green down there in Miami. He's agreed to come on here and also talk to people and be available maybe to field some questions or whatnot. So yeah, you have female aviators. They have their own organizations. It's so many organizations in there.
Yeah, you're getting really in the weeds because there's so many of those things, man.
So many. But I just wanted to let people know that everyone is represented here. Everyone is welcome. There are no issues, right? There are no issues. And if you stumble onto an issue, all these organizations will come to your aid.
They're there to assist, definitely.
They're there to assist. As Jay Swans, he was the regional president of the coalition, what we were just talking about, the National Black Coalition. Yeah. And here's the thing. You're like, well, he's only going to help black people. Is that the case?
No. And you know that, I mean, look, if you're in the right and you're a member and we can assist, they're going to assist you, even if you've made a mistake. Okay. Nobody's perfect. And, you just need help from time to time. And that's what those organizations are there for. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you, take advantage of those organizations. They have a lot of information. There's training that they have. A lot of networking opportunities within each one of those organizations. So they're all extremely fine organizations. Once you get in, take a look around and see what you can find. I was a member of the National Black Coalition, the Hispanic Coalition, and GLOBE, the Gay and Lesbian Coalitions. I mean, like I said, and all of them are opportunities.
Wait, you want to make an announcement? What's
I'm good. Bro, I got Ned sitting right here. I'm good, bro. Something you want to talk about? I'm trying to come out.
I'm just saying.
I see the closet door back there cracked. What's going on? But like I said, all those organizations are opportunities to network. At the very least, opportunities to network. And that'll help you move around in your career as an air traffic controller. It's all about networking, which I personally have never really been big into networking because I'm not that social like that. But Don, he's all about that, and he can tell you more about that later. But
yeah, that's yet again, that's something we could talk about later. That goes into my political stuff. When I start talking about the political things that's going on, because we are into the political season. Let's just face it. November will be here before you know it. Yes, everything you said about that is true. I have worked with people from all those organizations and so many more organizations. So it's it's a beautiful thing when you see it. and our political system is big, it's crazy, it's scary, it moves slow. But once you start getting involved, it starts to make it does start to make sense to you, especially when you realize how simple things can be. We just make them very, very difficult, and there's a reason behind that, and we'll talk about that once we get past getting y'all into the agency. Mission first, right now. The mission is to get y'all hired. So there it is, right there. They have this tool thing. They have social media content. They have all sorts of links in here. You can contact FAA digital team with any questions about their contact or their graphics. They have a link there, digital@faa.gov. And then they also have a video here. I want to be an air traffic controller. You can watch that. ATC is so small. Between me and Jay Swans, we have to make maybe one call each, and we can tell you who each person is in this room. That's how small air traffic control is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, the woman on the first page, I'm like, oh, I know her.
Right.
So yeah, it is a small field. I mean, like I said, there's only 14,000. You know,
only
so
14, only 14,000.
You know, I mean, I've worked with people. My father was he was an air traffic controller and an air traffic manager. And I actually, at my first location where I first got hired at, when I showed up there, because I'm a junior, and when I showed up, you know, there were guys that were actually at the hospital when I was born. You know, my father was in the Air Force. All they knew was that they knew, I guess, like I said, they knew that James Swanson was coming. And, you know, because everybody finds out, you know, we got a new guy coming, his name is James Swanson. They all assumed that it was my dad. And when I walked in, I'm in my manager's office, you know, getting sworn in and, you know, getting the standard pep talk they give you, you know, rah, rah, welcome to the government thing. And, you know, we're both kind of looking at the doorway and everybody's leaning in and talking and leaning in and talking. And he goes, I guess you need to go out there and see your fan base. I don't know what this is about. And I walked out there. One of the guys, he looked at me and he was, you know, I have a nickname that I go by that, once again, only people that know me, and I regret saying it up here, but he looked at me and they were looking at me and they were like, LJ, which is Little James. Cause you know, my dad is like 6'7".
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant that other nickname, Bubblehead. I thought you meant that.
I get called that one, then, you know, them's fighting words.
My bad. That was Bubblehead.
There you go. But no, I mean, and they all knew me, right? And they're calling all around the region talking about, yo, you know, Jim Swanson's son's here. That's who was coming. So, I mean, it's a really small career field. And it's reward. I mean, like, I can't say this, it is so rewarding. I mean, it really is. And, you know, and if you're in the prestige and, you know, and having people fawn over you? There you go. People fawn over you. Yeah, this is the career field for you. Like me, I would hate telling people I'm an air traffic controller. And because people, you know, they make a big deal about it. They think it's just, I guess it is elite. You know, Don always gets on me about this. I'm way too humble about a lot of stuff. And he does
way too humble about a lot. I'm listening to him right now. Like, boy, if you lost your mind, it's right here. Be challenged. It's a tough job. Got what it takes. Controllers collectively handle an average of 45,000 flights a day. And much like rush hour traffic, more than 5,000 aircraft traversing the skies at once during peak times. Focus, concentration, attention to detail, quick decision making is all part of the job. And this man is how you believe, like, oh, it's a piece of cake. No, it's not. No, it is not. It's like saying being airborne is a piece of cake. It's like, oh yeah, going to Ranger Battalion was a walk in the park.
Hey, don't be talking crazy now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you sound to me. Like, oh, well, going to Ranger Regiment was a walk in the park. No, it wasn't. Man, like, come on, bro.
Just do what you told, man. That's it. It ain't.
So, but there's one thing I did want to focus on. Jay Swans did say getting sworn in.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize this. You have to swear in, just like the elected officials do, just like the military does. You have to swear in. You have to swear that oath. And here's the thing: as an air traffic controller, you are part of the national defense apparatus. Yeah. You're not a soldier per se. They're not going to come in here and hand you that weapon behind me. And
you don't want to see that,
right? Tell you to go. Yeah, tell you to go defend the airport. They're not going to do that. But we patrol America's skies. That is sovereign U.S. territory, even though it's in the air. We patrol that. We air traffic controllers and the military air traffic controllers, we work hand in hand. So when the attacks of 9/11 occurred, right, it was air traffic controllers who made a decision to ground all the airplanes in the sky because no one knew what was going on. No one knew if there were more sales out there. There was more aircraft that were being, compromised. and that goes into what they were talking about here. Quick decision making, right? Quick decision making. It's part of the job, right? Air traffic controllers, we measure time in seconds. When something happens, when you go to court, you're going to be talking about maybe 90 seconds, 115 seconds.
If that long, yeah.
If that long, and you will be in court for weeks talking about that little bitty time frame.
Yeah.
So you have to be fluid, and the training, they will get you sorted out. You will be able to do this, but you have to be a free thinker. You have to be a critical thinker. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Critical thinking. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I want to check the chat right now. We might have some questions. Oh, can't work my own equipment. Full screen.
It's the inner monologue talking again.
Inner monologue.
Did I get eggs?
Did I get eggs? I think I got sausage. I need to eat something.
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure I did. We got brother Don 007. What's good, man? We got to talk, homie. We got to talk. Don't play with the IRS. Ask Wesley Snipes. Yeah, you can ask me.
The IRS is your friend when you're doing right.
You can ask me. You ain't got to go talk to Wesley. You go talk to me. They ain't playing. Better gents in the house. Hey, what's up, Johnny? What's good, brother? We here talking about some opportunities. Brother Jason, man, I believe you're under 31. If I'm guessing, because you don't look that old. If you are, bro, you need to be doing this, man. You need to be doing this. I'm telling you, you need to be doing this. Here, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you, bro. Thanks for coming. And for those people out here who are watching, if you're older, let's say you're over 31, all right, you can't take advantage of this, but you can send this to someone who can. Yeah. Right? You got a niece, a nephew, a son, a daughter, a close family friend. You know the kid who's bagging groceries down there, who's always looking sharp and doing his job and doing what he has to do. The waiter or waitress out there, a bartender. Maybe not the bartenders because they make a lot of money. But share this information. Get that out there. You don't want to miss this opportunity. So yeah, now the FAA is also, looks like they've set up a podcast, Up in the Air podcast, how air traffic works. All right, that's cool. Go check that out. They have links in there. I mean, I don't know what that is. It's backed by the FAA, so it's going to be a little suspect. But you can go there. I will be doing an episode here talking about air traffic and how it works and doing like a really basic intro to aviation, the air traffic world, basic terms and stuff like that. I'll be doing that in this upcoming week. So you can check it out here on this podcast, or you can go over and check out what the FAA is doing as well. They have the how to become, also the Up in the Air podcast, how to become an air traffic controller. This episode is one of our most requested topics, how to become an air traffic controller as an entry-level applicant. FAA experts will walk you through everything from application process to training at the FAA Academy and certification. I highly suggest that you guys check that out. That sounds interesting. I don't know how it will look, but that sounds interesting. I think, and it's a podcast, so I don't think they have video. I think it's like a traditional just podcast. You just listen to it as you're doing whatever you're doing.
It is definitely interesting, though. I mean, like I said, all this information out there compared to when we went, because when I showed up at the academy, it was shocking. Because before, you get hired by the government, and once you go through the hiring process, everybody assumes that you know what's going on. And I got hired, and I showed up to my facility first. All right. A lot of times they hire, and I guess you go to the academy first. I went to my facility first, was at my facility for like 2 weeks, then went to the academy. So when I got to Oklahoma, they assumed that I knew exactly what was going on. And so they were like, talking really fast, handed me a bunch of stuff, gave me a wad of money and said, go get yourself an apartment, that sort of stuff. And I don't know how the training process has changed, which I'm sure it has. I mean, it's been 20 plus years. I'm sure it has. But the training process there, like the whole thing is you got to get your mind right. You're not there to play games. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to go chase girls. All right. You're there to get an education, learn your job trade so that you can make money and have a fruitful life.
Yeah. Thank God in Oklahoma, because there ain't a whole lot of girl chasing going on in Oklahoma.
No, really.
Maybe some cow tipping out there, but not a
they got sushi. They got sushi in Oklahoma, which I ain't tried that because it just don't sound right.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But so we're gonna come up to the part where everyone always asks me, you've heard us talk about this. Pay. The median average wage for an air traffic controller, ATCS, was $138,556 in 2021. The wage for ATC trainees while attending FAA Academy training on a temporary appointment is based on an annual salary of $32,552 and up to $33,637 for 2022. So we're talking about the range while you're in the academy when you first get hired in, before you get to your facility. Your facility will be the place where you actually work. So this is the academy part. So you'll be making between $32,552 and $33,637 for the time that you spend at the academy, which generally speaking is less than a year. Correct.
And I think you get per diem on top of that.
Yes, these numbers do not reflect per diem and other incentive pays that go along with it. These are just the base pays. I
know once you're certified, it's about 20% more than what you're seeing up there. So, to make it simple, if you're making $100,000 a year base, you're probably looking at about 120 is what you'd actually be making.
Right now. And I know people are saying, but y'all say y'all going to get paid, man. What's this $33,000 thing going into training? That's because you're not there yet. You are on a temporary appointment. Yeah. Not sure if you have what it takes yet. And they have to pay you for your time. So you're being paid to learn. Even in that situation, you got to earn that money. Now,
you got to earn that big money.
Yeah, and now next paragraph, upon successful completion of the FAA training academy or academy training and assessment to a facility, developmentals is what you will become at this point. Now you are a developmental. This is part of the pay scale. Developmental ATC receive an annual wage of $41,101. Now you can
don't forget that's without cost of living.
Again,
so there's going to be cost of living in that depending on what location you're in.
And it's going to be differential pays in there because once you start training, you go on to shift work. Now you get paid for working on Sundays. You get paid for working at night. You get paid if
they let you work a holiday.
If they let you, at certain facilities they do after a certain point. We won't get into that, but it is common. And then and overtime. Simply because you're trainee does not mean that you're not allowed to work overtime. In some places, they are forced to use you as a developmental. So if you come in for overtime, you're getting paid. So you can always add about 20% to any salary that you read these numbers with the FAA because they're not including differential pays. They're not including locality pay. They're not including all that good stuff. And there's a thing out there called controller incentive pay. This is premium pay.
Yeah,
that is awarded to controllers who live in high cost of living areas like San Francisco, LA, San Diego.
Which is funny.
Right. Let's not get into the politics of it. Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it as is.
I like controller incentive pay because I worked in those high cost of living areas. So, I'm getting like, I don't know, whatever my base salary was. Let's say $100,000 a year. Then I'm getting 38% cost of living on top of that $100,000 a year. Then I'm getting whatever the controller incentive pay was on top of that. So it was something like I'm getting, 68% or something like that on top of my base salary. So I like controller incentive pay.
So, and it's one of those things that we make light of it, but you couldn't afford, even with the ATC salaries, you will have a hard time living in Los Angeles or San Francisco or San Diego without it. Now, there are places that get CIP. It's called CIP. In certain areas, it's like, why are y'all getting CIP?
You mean like Houston?
Hey, shout out to my Dallas, Texas people. Texas people.
I say that out loud. I'm a little bitter about that.
Yeah, man. I think that was your inner monologue. I think that was. I didn't think you mean that for that to come out, but overall, it works, and it's one of those things. New York is another one that has CIP. Like any place is a high cost of living. The FAA recognizes that, and they know that they need to keep their air traffic controllers free of as much stress as possible. And there's no greater stressor than finances. I think everybody out there would agree with that. So there you go. 41,000 just come in there as a developmental bottom. That's the absolute bottom of the totem pole. And as you progress in training, you get more money. There are 3 levels of developmental. So,
well, let me piggyback on that real quick. For all those people that are like, well, you're starting at 41, but you said, look, you got to earn it. And I know a lot of people in society today don't understand what earn means. You got to earn that money. You're going to work for that $100,000 a year. You're going to work for them 6 figures. All right. I mean, like I said, we're sitting here joking and laughing and, I'm downplaying a lot of stuff, but you are going to work. I mean, you're not going to physically be out there, digging ditches and that sort of thing, but mental exhaustion. Okay. That's just as bad as physical exhaustion. And you will be in places. I mean, depending on what airport you're at, you will have to keep up a lot of stuff in your head. Okay. You can write down stuff. They have all sorts of memory aids to help you. There's all kinds of, bells and whistles going off and screens flashing around you. But the bottom line is you need to keep up what's going on in your head. And so you will work. You will work, but it is rewarding, it is satisfying, and they will pay you for the effort that you're putting in there. So just understand that, you're going to earn that money. It's not easy money.
It ain't easy money, man. J Bones, what's up? Thanks for coming in here. Like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep going back to the chats because I'm looking for questions. If anyone has questions, please put them in the chat. We'll answer them as best we can. Huh?
We're just that good. They don't have no questions. We're just that good.
Hey, man, like I said, bro, okay. I'm with you. You don't want to like to win. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm gonna do what we gotta do. So Jay Swanson was talking about mental stress. Mental work versus physical work. I am here to tell you, I would have loved to just dig ditches than some of the days that I had to go into work in Miami, and then like Van Nuys in his heyday. We would work almost 2 hours nonstop. I mean, it's just airplane after airplane after airplane. I still have tapes of what it was like working at Van Nuys. We would work the whole day. And at the end of the day, we're off. We would sit in the break room. We just sit there and we couldn't move. We couldn't drive our cars. We had to get our head right before we left the facility. It was that taxing. Now, is it like that anymore? Not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not at Van Nuys. I mean, but I mean, there's places where it is like that. I mean, it's
Atlanta, you know what I mean? New York Tracon, Southern California Tracon, Miami Tracon, Miami Tower, Fort Lauderdale. Shout out to all y'all, like all the Texas airports, anywhere where there are tornadoes or hurricanes or earthquakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can remember an airplane trying to land and we experienced an earthquake. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of air traffic. You can never say you see something or you know something. It always appears in the air traffic control world. We appear to be experiencing an earthquake. No, the tower was shaking. Shit was falling down. It was definitely an earthquake or a really big person pushing the tower, all right? So it appears. I had to tell the pilot, we appear to be experiencing an earthquake. And the pilot had to make the determination if he was going to land or not, because I'm not in control of that airplane. I don't know what's going on in that aircraft. And the pilot, if I recall, the pilot decided not to land. He flew around a little bit. And we'll get into these terms. Like I said, this week I'm going to do a show. There's a term called go around. The pilot went around, and then we had the airport operators, who are the people who own the airport. We own the sky. We own the pavement. We work on. Actually, we only own that pavement. They have to give it to us. We own the sky. They own the airport. The airport operators had to go out and check the runway. Just make sure there were no cracks, no big holes or anything like that. They did it quick. We work hand in glove. It's seamlessly. It's very seamless. Hey, airport ops, need a runway check. We appear to be experiencing an earthquake, and airport ops are like, oh, ain't no appear to it. It's an earthquake, but he's not air traffic. He can say that. And then he went out and he checked the runway. He gave us the green light. The pilot landed. That's just a regular thing.
You got to rally back on this. You're going somewhere else now. You got to rally back over there.
I mean, you got to tell a story. You got to go off on a tangent. I can't go off on a tangent. Because you ain't go through no. Well, your earthquake story is worse.
Yeah. So I was gonna say what.
We're not gonna do that. All right, so I'm back. My bad. I'm back on mission. This is the importance of having a team. I'm back on mission.
I gave you the rally.
You gave me a rally point. My bad. I didn't mean to mess us up. Take us to a bad dangerous crossing. I'm sorry about that. So
let's start going on. And then there was Christmas. Oh.
Yeah. Let's scroll to the roll. Let's get through this. Let's push right through this, man. All right, so there's the pay right there. $41,101 is what you'll be looking at as a developmental. And again, as you progress in training, that will go up. So if you're doing really good, you're blowing, you're breezing through the training program. You're getting it. It's sticking. You have to go through a series of tests. This is all on the job. This is all on the job training. So you have to not only know the paperwork, like the book knowledge, like we told you, the 7110.65 is about this big.
Yeah,
they can answer you anything in there. So, and then you have to answer these questions. You have to do like the traditional testing, but you have to go upstairs or you have to go into the control floor in the radar room or whatever, and you have to demonstrate that you know how to handle it in real time. So once you do that, you'll move to the next level, and that'll be a pay raise. And then the same thing, and then you move to the next level, and then that'll be a pay raise. So by the time you're done training, you probably would have received 3 pay increases, and that gets you to the baseline ATC, whatever level you're at, pay. So when you're training, you're gonna always see pay increases. And if you're not seeing pay increases, you're probably gonna wash out, and they'll get you somewhere else. Yeah, they'll get you somewhere else where you can handle it. You just might be somewhere where you can't handle it. So there you go. The salaries for entry-level air traffic controllers increase as they complete each training phase, which is what I was just talking about. The annual salary is for more advanced controllers who have completed on-the-job training varies with the location of facility and complexity of the airspace and other factors. Again, that's what we were talking about. They might get you somewhere that's a little bit too much for you, where you are in your career at that moment. They'll get you somewhere else that's less complex, and get you a good foundation, and then you can go back and try.
And they try not to send you to those places. They try not to send you, to Chicago O'Hare.
Yes. They don't want you to fail.
Yeah, they don't want that. I mean, because they've already spent so much money training you, they want you to be successful. They have this thing called train to succeed, which that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
but
that goes into the political side.
But the premise is that, they want you to be successful. So, if you can't do it at Chicago, they'll send you to some place like Sarasota, something like that. Let you get your feet wet, let you get some experience, let you build that confidence up that you can actually, that you actually trust and believe the things you're saying to these pilots. And as you develop there, then you'll go from like Sarasota to Tampa, that sort of thing, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. So, I mean, they want you to be successful. So, they'll give you a lot of opportunities. You'll have a training team, which will consist of, 2 seasoned controllers, two veteran controllers. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but 2 veteran controllers, a supervisor. That's all part of your training team. So, I mean, you'll have opportunities to ski. So don't stress on, well, what if I don't figure, what if I'm nervous? Which, if people will say, oh, I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared of nothing. Until you walk up in that tower cabin, you hear that local controller, which is the guy talking to the planes in the air. And he's talking nonstop for 10 minutes. And you look out the window and it looks like you slapped a beehive. And they say, okay, you're going to jump in here. I don't know if y'all ever played double dutch. That's the best way to describe it. You sit there, you get a briefing, and then you just kind of start, okay, you got it. I got it. You're jumping right in, talking right behind that controller. And once again, this comes to the training process and all this other stuff, but you will know exactly what to say. You'll know when to say it, how to say it. And that transition will be almost seamless. Well, it should be almost seamless.
It should be. I mean, and it's fun. Again, it's very challenging, very rewarding, and you can't be scared. So Jay Swan is 100% correct. And then, like we were talking about career progression, they'll start you at the small, like, okay, like to use Jay Swan's analogy. Oh, we start you out at Sarasota. You go from Sarasota to Tampa. Okay, this is good. I think I want to do some more stuff. It's like, all right, well, you go from Tampa, which is like a radar facility. You go from Tampa to like, well, I want to go to another tower. You go to Fort Lauderdale. And then you go from Fort Lauderdale to like Miami Center, which is like this huge, big radar place. Each of them you might have to do 1 or 2 lateral moves so you can get the big bump later. So that's like, you have to plan that stuff out. Because some people are like, well, I don't want to make so many moves. I was one of those guys. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go to a bunch of facilities. But you need to do it, and every facility is different, and it just adds to your collection of tools and techniques to make you a better controller. So, yeah, he's absolutely right.
Yeah,
benefits.
Career progression is on you.
You ain't got to do nothing. Yeah, you get hired in Sarasota and stay there for 25 years if you want to.
Yeah. Career progression is on you, definitely.
Yeah, so benefits. As a federal employee, air traffic controllers receive a benefit package that rivals, if not surpasses, those offered in the private sector. That is a fact.
Yeah.
You will be hard-pressed to find a company that's going to hire you off the street Someone like me who was making pancakes at Perkins, a janitor, former soldier, comes out and gets into this agency. Like, you're not going to get this kind of package. We talked about some of the benefits of our time off, or their time off. We're retired now. How much time off you earn per pay period.
I get lots of time off now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The flexibility to be able to swap around and do whatever. I don't know of any other career that allows you to do something like that. And if when you don't own the business, I mean, honestly, I've never seen anything like it. So the benefit package definitely.
What do we get? We get TSP, which is a 401k. We get a pension, which is great. On top of the 401k that we get, and within our pension, we have the option of medical for the rest of our lives. We also get to draw Social Security early. We get a Social Security supplement. We can retire after working 25 years at any age.
Any age. So
if you start at 18, I'm not trying to do the math, you know what I mean? But whatever.
You make it easy. Well, you start at 20, right? You do 25 years. You're 45 years old and you retire.
There you go. Yeah.
Make the math easy. So, and it just like Jay Swans was saying, with a variety of insurance, retirement, leave, and flexible spending options for employees and their families. He'd already just mentioned the TSP. He already mentioned the Social Security supplement.
Oh, wait, you forgot. Wait, you forgot. Is it 20 years, age 50, you can retire? 25 years, any age.
25 years at any age. So if you it's 25 years at age 50.
No, I thought it was 25.
I'm sorry,
25 years any age, 20 years age 50.
Yes.
So if you've been in the agency for 20 years and you turn 50, so you start at 30, you turn 50, you can retire.
So when I was 48, I hit 20 years of service. And that's not just FAA service, that's government service.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can get that military time added in there too.
That's government service. For you guys, for you men and women out there who are currently serving, your government service and your TSP, your military TSP, all that rolls over into the FAA. Yeah. And all that time counts. So if you come over from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, wherever you were, you might skip right over developmental status because you have that's
5-year time. I don't know if you'll skip over the developmental status, but you will skip over that initial 4 hours of
that's what it was.
Yeah, 4 hours of annual leave and 4 hours of sick leave, vacation time. You'll go automatically. You'll start at 6 hours of annual leave. So you'll skip right over that. So I mean, and plus you can add that military time to your FAA because it's all government time. So your 20 years is now turned into, if you did 4 years or 5 years in the military, your 20 years is automatically turned into 25 years.
So just like that. So military folks, put in the paperwork, do the paperwork. I know guys who were serving in units in the Army, the Air Force, Marine Corps, Navy. They got on with the FAA and they were able to time it to their reenlistment. So like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to reenlist. So it's definitely worth thinking about, y'all. It's definitely worth thinking about. So so those are the benefits. Be ready. How do I apply? And this is something right here. This is the mission right here. This is what we wanted to get out. How do I apply? Interested applicants should visit usajobs.gov to build their application profile. Check back when the application window opens June 24th to access the application. All right. Here's the deal. And it was Naya. Sister Naya was telling us this. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Queen Naya. When you go on to USA Jobs and you begin this process, every time you go to a new page, you need to save the previous page. Save it.
Yes.
Save it. Save it. If you're on there for more than 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, save it. Every 5 minutes, like you have to be doing. But Nail was saying no. Every time you go to a new page, save that information. Don't run through all of it. Then you'll look up and somehow you got kicked out or timed out. All that information is unsaved. You have to, I guess you have to actually physically save it as you go.
You're done. What should you do?
Save it.
I don't think they heard you right because people don't be listening sometimes.
Save it. Save it.
It's a government program designed by the lowest bidder. Save it.
All right? Save it. Save it. Here's the thing. Whenever you're dealing with the United States government, you have to constantly follow up. You can't give up. You can't. People are going to think, well, I've heard people say, well, they do this on purpose to see who really wants to do it. No, it's just incompetence. That's all it is. It's a terrible system. Keep it 100. It's a shitty system. But don't let that stop you from earning millions of dollars over a career. Don't let that stop you.
Oh man, like just thinking about it, like it's you would really be surprised at how many people just. Oh, I've heard that they just do this to see who really wants it. You know, I mean, don't even sweat it. Don't worry about it. No, it's the government. You're giving them way too much credit.
Way too much credit. Way too much credit. Like it's just a shitty system. They use a shitty system. So you have to stay on top of it. When you go in there, when you go into USA Jobs, right? And you type it in, set up the alert, set up the notifications. Make sure that they have your contact information and make sure that you have the alerts set so you can get these alerts. So if they need something or whatever, you tend to it ASAP. That is your priority.
And we'll show you where there's a link in USA Jobs where you can see how to do all these things, how to set these alerts up, how to search, how to set your profile up. Oh, you just going in now?
Yeah, because they had the link. So you saw right there. We're definitely gonna pin in the description below the FAA site that we're reading off of, and on this site, it has the links to USA Jobs. Look, it took us right here to USA Jobs. So remember, like we said in the other episode, you can put in air traffic controller. What you need to put in is 2152, 2152. That's what you need to put in right there. And then you go over here to the right side of the page, and this is what Jay Swanson was telling me, open to public.
Yes.
You need to hit open to public because if you don't, it's going to take you to all of the FAA air traffic control positions that are open right now, management and others, which is all internal stuff. You don't qualify for that. You need to hit open to the public. You click open to the public, 2152. Right now it says no jobs found. But on Friday, it's going to show the announcement for air traffic controller, the hire. And I don't know how they're going to do it. So
I think it'll say public announcement too on it. But either way, it'll say air traffic control FAA. All right. And you will be qualified for that position if you've worked 3 years. Okay. No matter what your job was, if you've worked for 3 years, you are qualified.
It didn't say 3 consecutive years.
No.
It didn't say 3 years of working in an office. You've worked, you're 18 years old, you're a U.S. citizen, and you've worked 3 years. That's all it says.
You've been working since you were 15, you are eligible. Like I'm gonna call her my little cousin too. You know, I was speaking to her father just yesterday, texting back and forth. You know, his daughter's not eligible to apply right now because she's going to be a senior in high school this year. Okay. I told him, I said, next year we got you. And he's like, no doubt, and she's been working. All right. Yeah. She's been working.
Yeah, so this is her fourth year of working. She's a senior. Yes. She's going into a senior year of high school.
Yes. So if she turned 18, June 23rd, she'd be applying June 24th and be qualified for this position. Okay. All you need is 3 years work experience. Okay.
That's it. And here it is right here. We pulled it up right here. Applicants must be a U.S. citizen, right? Got a green card, whatever, you're a U.S. citizen. However you do, you're a U.S. citizen. You have to be a U.S. citizen. Be registered for selective service if you're a male, because females don't have to do that, right? They're always mad about the patriarchy, but they don't want to register for selective service. If applicable, and that's the if applicable part is for females. I love y'all sisters, but I'm just saying, if I got to do it, y'all got to do it. Required for males born after 12/31/1959. Required for males. Right, here we go. We're equal. Be age 30 or under on the closing date of the application period with limited exceptions. Now, there are always exceptions. There's a little wiggle room there.
Waivers.
Yes, but that's why they use 30. That's why they use 30. It's a time thing and it's a legal thing. So
Don't even get into that. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry. 30 years
if you're
old.
over 31, pass it on to somebody that isn't. There
Right.
you go.
You can try. And hey, if you think you're on the bubble, by all means, do it.
Oh yeah.
Do it. You might qualify for one of these exceptions. You might get a waiver, something like that. Do it.
You know what? This is the government. So occasionally stuff slips through the cracks. All right. So yes, don't, but if you're 42 years old, you know what? Pass it on to somebody else. All right.
Pass it on something. And here's what Jay Swans was saying. Have either 3 years of general work experience. General work experience. But Uncle Saint, I had a paper route. That's general work experience.
General work experience.
Right? Or 4 years of education leading to a bachelor's degree or a combination of both. This is not required.
Wait, hold on. Leading to a bachelor's degree, which means that if you are going to school, all right, and you are going towards your degree, you are still eligible. Well, I haven't worked 3 years, but I'm in a school program, going to college, working towards my bachelor's degree. Apply. Okay? Apply. Look at every word. Pretend to be an attorney. See, I wish that Suzette was on.
Yeah.
Like, look at every
man,
word.
I meant to send her. Oh man, my bad. I meant to send her the link too. My
you
bad.
blew that? You blew that?
I blew that. Now we talk. I know she's busy.
White Hennessy.
Yeah.
White Hennessy.
No, bro, that's garbage, man. White
Nah,
Hennessy
man.
is trash,
not if I ain't paying for it. It's free.
No, that gives me headaches.
No, I'm talking you send that to me. Okay, fine then, man. Send me that bottle of Remy XO. I was trying to be nice to you, but damn it.
Yeah,
if you was a real boss, you give me that Remy XO.
I got you. I'd rather buy the good stuff anyway, man. That White Hennessy is trash. But here's the thing. People read this right here and they're like, I'm not qualified, right? Because I don't have, they'll read this and say, well, you have to have a 4-year degree. It doesn't say that.
It does not say that.
It doesn't say that, right? General work experience. What's the difference? They're like, okay, well, Saint, what's the difference? I got a degree. I have an associate's and I have a bachelor. What does that mean? That means once you're in the FAA, if you make it through all the training, just like the guy who had the paper route, when it's time to apply for other promotions, other things, you will get some points for your college education.
Yes.
You might get 3 more points to him because you have a degree. Right now, if it's for a very competitive position, the 3 points might be all it takes. But the guy who had the paper route might be a veteran. He might get 6 points because he was a vet. So it is what it is. But to get the job, 3 years, general work experience, that's it. You drove Uber, had a paper route. You know what I mean? They probably qualify you if you were selling Girl Scout cookies. It's general work experience.
That's real. I mean, listen to what we're saying, okay? And I feel like a broken record harping on this, but I've had so many people tell me I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified. Quietly, I really can't see the screen in detail, but does it say anything even about a high school diploma?
No, I'm reading it right here verbatim. Right? It says have either 3 years of general work experience or 4 years of education leading to a bachelor's degree or a combination of both. Does not even say high school diploma or equivalent, which it does say that for law enforcement.
Are you here? I mean, man, see, like I said, this is where it gets frustrating because so many people will disqualify themselves. Read what it says. Slow down. Don't glance at it. Don't assume that the next letter is going to be and or to. Read what it says. Or, okay? General work experience or, okay? Remember that. Or, if you've got 3 years of general work experience or, okay? I mean, like I said, I feel silly, repeating it over and over again like this because I'm sure, everybody on here is fairly intelligent.
But you have to, bro.
I pray.
You have to.
But yes.
You have to.
Yes. I mean, tell your friends or, okay? That means, you got, that young woman, that young man, like you said, that you see at the grocery store bagging your groceries. How long you been doing this? I've been doing this since I was 15. Let me show you something. Let me send this to you.
Send them the link. Send it.
Yes.
Send them the link. If they got any questions, tell them to come to this podcast, watch the stuff in the replay. Hit me up. Listen. Y'all think I'm playing? Hit me up.
Yeah.
You can reach me on Instagram. Don_Lewis.comedy. Y'all can reach me on Instagram. Hit me up. Don_Lewis.comedy on Instagram. You put in Don Lewis, it'll come up. My email is attached to this YouTube channel. Email me. If you have any questions, don't fuck about, people. Right?
Yeah,
You sitting around there talking about, well, man, you know, I only have a GED or whatever. It don't even say that here.
Doesn't even say it. You know, like I said, you know, and I know you guys can hear the passion in our voices. I mean, it is so frustrating to watch young men and women pass up an opportunity like this because they just don't believe in themselves. You know, I had a conversation last night with one of my cousins who shall go nameless because I don't want to get a call from him because he's probably watching.
Gonna get it anyway, but whatever.
Yeah, no doubt. But you know, he knows a couple brothers, and you know, he's like, I don't know about their maturity. I don't know. And I had, you know, I told him like, hey man, look, just put them on. You'd be surprised when someone's in a situation where they have to show maturity, they have to become another person. A lot of times they will. Okay. So when you see these young people out there and you're like, oh, I don't know about little Johnny because, you know, he be out there being silly and goofy and all this other. I don't think he's mature enough to handle it. You know what? Don't you make that decision. Let the federal government, let the FAA make that decision because he walks in the door and he realizes, yo, this is for real. Yo, this isn't a joke. This isn't for real. You'd be surprised how quickly people, you know, they change their attitudes. Like I talk about my son, you know, D's godson. And, you know, that young man has you know, he was a shy, quiet, little goofy kid, you know, now he's in the military. He was forced into a leadership position. Like I said, he didn't want it. COVID forced him into a leadership position. That's a man.
That's right.
You know,
he's a straight leg combat engineer. We're gonna do something about that straight leg part.
Yeah,
combat engineer.
Naya says I have to love him. Naya says I gotta love him though.
I love him, but I ain't gotta talk to him. I don't talk to legs, man. You gotta get to airborne school. You hear me? You gotta go to airborne school, man. Get you one of those. But so the final bullet point under the applicants must is speak English clearly enough to be understood over communications equipment.
Once again, clearly enough. All right. So, you know, and this will come down to this, my Latin brothers and sisters. All right.
Hold on. Not just Latin, but Haitian, right? Korean, Chinese, Italian.
Yes. You can have an accent. It does not say you cannot have an accent. You can have an accent. You just have to speak clearly enough for the government to decide whether or not that you can have this job. Not whether or not, you know, the person at the grocery store, or not whether or not one of them Karens can understand you at working at Subway. All right. Clearly enough that the government says, hey, you know what? You sound good. Come on, let's go. All right. Do not disqualify yourself.
Again, we're talking about the words that are on the page, right? Speak English clearly enough to be understood over communications equipment. I am talking through communications equipment.
Yes.
Right? If you can speak English clearly enough to be understood over communication equipment, you qualify.
Yes.
You qualify. And let's say you just barely, and like what Jay Swans was saying, let them tell you no. Don't tell yourself no. Let them tell you no. That's my philosophy when we talk about womanizing, all that red pill stuff. Let the dime, let the most beautiful woman in the room tell you no. But you won't have any idea what's going on unless you initiate. This is initiating it right now.
Yeah, I never had that. I don't know what that's like, but I mean, I'm sure it hurts.
Oh man, what them caps call it? What they call it? Cap? Do I gotta go put my hat on? Man, hold on.
I mean, I assume that. Damn, you went way back there for. Oh, is that the BS hat? Is that what that is?
Bro, that's cap like a motherfucker, man. That's cap. You what? What did you just say?
Huh? What? Nair? I'm coming.
Yeah, nah.
I'm coming.
Ain't just cap. That's booty cap. That's goddamn cap.
Oh, damn, the booty cap.
Booty cap. The hell did he just say? Oh, I know he didn't just fix his mouth to lie like that. Oh, have mercy. But it's people watching us, man. We supposed to be growing up, man. We're trying to get people squared away here. Stay on mission.
Hey, look, this is okay. Now, here's the other thing that, you know, and Don and I talked about this a little. I keep calling him Don. I'm supposed to call you DL, huh?
Please.
I ain't calling you Uncle Sane. I'll be damned if I call you Uncle Sane. But yo, look, this is a job that regular people can do. Okay, like this is look what you're seeing right now. This interaction, we're not like I guess I got to be real. People on other YouTube channels. Okay, this is how we are.
Oh man,
you see, I'm trying to.
Somebody finna get shoved into a locker. Go ahead, shove them into a locker, man. You know you want to shove somebody into a locker.
I do, but you telling me no. Never give me a head nod. But but this is who we are. Like this is literally like when we ain't on camera, we talk on the phone. I wish my wife would come on here. She would tell y'all this is how we are for real. This is how we act. We be cutting up this and that. And and I'm sure he's had this too. People will see us like this and be like, y'all really air traffic controllers? And I'll be like, yeah. And think about that when you fly. I mean, this is who we are. We're regular guys. I mean, just living our lives. You know what I mean? And like my cousin told me last night, keep saying, you're not a regular guy. And I mean, okay, in certain senses, yes. But as far as like how I am every day and how Don is, how DL is every day, this is how we are. We have fun. We're goofy. We get to be nerdy sometimes, but when it's time to work, we get it in. And that's real talk. Don, we'll be on the street. I'll be at the hoop courts. I've recruited guys from air traffic control playing hoop with them in the hood, which drives my man crazy because I be down in the hood,
Always in the hood. Always. This is when we was living in, not so friendly Second Amendment states. So we're in the hood like, bro, man, why are we over here?
That's where the best hoop games is.
Oh, it's where the best hoop games is. Yeah, that's where all the yellow tape is too. You know what I'm saying? That's where people be getting pop, pop, pop. He thought I got next. I'm like, could you please get down? Could you just get down?
Hey, if the hoops ain't got metal chains and bent a little bit, you ain't really playing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. But no, I mean, just regular cats. I've gotten cats. Look, I've gotten cats like that hired into the agency as air traffic controllers. Cats I met on the hoop court just because I watch how they move, and I give them a little information, and I see what they do with it. All right, I had a brother tell me, and like I said, I love this cat, man. He's like a little brother to me. I had him tell me, I'm talking about being an air traffic controller, and he told me, brother, if you're an air traffic controller, why you here? If you're making all this money, why you here with us? And I told him the same thing I'm telling y'all. That's where the best hoop games are. That's facts. I ain't trying to go play up there at, the other side of town, trying to be politically correct and not get canceled.
Yeah, but I'm in the gym with a uni on, and we got referees. I got you know what I mean? I'm checking in. I'm getting my stats. You know what I mean? I'm putting it down. I'm putting on my little 8 to 12. You know what I mean? I'm getting my little 8 to 12 in. You know what I mean? This man out there with some Timbs on hooping. With some dude named Bricks. Like, what's up, Bricks? Like, Bricks? That's his name, Bricks. Is that on his birth certificate? All right, we got to get back on mission. I'm just saying.
Like I said, I told my man, but, I told him, I said, come by the house, brother. You know what I mean? Because he was like, you driving an Ultima, playing hoop with us. I said, come by the house, man. And, and he did. He came by the house, and he was in shock. And he told me, brothers live like this? You get in doing what I'm doing, you live like this.
Yeah, they do the work. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he did. You know what I mean? I'll tell y'all, like, and this is where, like I said, you want to know what a blessing this career has been for me? When I was living in Sacramento, I lived across the street from the guys that own the Sacramento Kings. I mean, literally across the street, the Maloofs. All right. I lived around the corner from Mike Bibby. I had no idea that I was doing that. I mean, my wife found a house and we bought it. And this is, and we found this stuff out because my wife would be out there walking the dog, and these cats would be trying to talk to her, and I have to go deal. But that's another story. That's another story. But these are the kind of places I'm living. All right, as an air traffic controller, I had no idea. I mean, that's the blessings. These are the positions that it put me in, and forget living around them celebrity type people. I came home one day, from work, and there were some people sitting in my house at my dining room table. A bunch of them, I think it was about five people sitting there with my wife. And I'm walking in like, who the hell are these, my wife gives me the shush, have a seat. And I'm like, what the hell? These people were sitting there talking about investments and finance. Everybody at that table were multimillionaires. Okay. And they're talking about investments, finances, moving money around. And my wife's sitting there, she got a notepad and she's just listening. All right. And what they had like a little investment club that they did for fun. So they're talking about it, and they told my wife, like, hey, you know what, we want you guys to be a part of this, which I'm already, the radar's up, like, here's a scam, blah, blah, blah. So we sit there and listen, and I'm like, finally I'm like, well, how much to get in it on this? And they were like, don't worry about it. We're going to put your money up already. If you make money, just pay us back.
Listen, y'all, I told y'all, the 1% doesn't care about your color, about your religion, about your gender. They don't care. They're looking for certain things. They are very inclusive. And if you become one of them, they will take care of you. Like what Jay Swanson is saying, man, I got hired in 1998, about 8 years later. So I came off the streets, right? And I mean, straight up, like they just put me up off the street, shook me off, brushed me off, put me in there, and I bust my ass. Yeah. They put me in one of the hardest air traffic control facilities at the time, and people didn't think I could make it. You know what I mean? Some of that could have been racially motivated to the extent that we all judge books by our covers. And they're like, this guy has no experience. This is a very difficult place. It wasn't like that they hated black people. That wasn't a thing. It's just like, bro, the average controller can't do this. Controllers who've been in the business for 10, 15 years can't do this. How's this dude who doesn't even know the difference between a Cessna and a Mooney, which is very important at that airport, how is he going to make it? But you know what I did? I asked the manager, Chuck Chamberlain, shout out to you, brother. Fair man. A fair man. And that's all you can ask for in life. I was given the opportunity. I bust my ass, and I did it. And I never stopped working hard while I was there. Yeah. Now, we play hard, but we work hard. And I can remember I got hired 8 years later. I'm sitting down at the table, and I'm talking to this guy, and just older gentleman. Turns out that he was the guy who owns Power Rangers. Saban, it was like Saban. That's like Saban is like an entertainment company out there in L.A. I met him through a mutual friend. Hayam Saban, shout out to you, Hayam. One of the wealthiest men in America. One of the nicest men I've ever met in my life. And we just sat around and we just had a talk. How in the hell can somebody from Avondale, Cincinnati, Ohio, from the streets be sitting here talking to a billionaire? Right? A billionaire. This is a guy who can get Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama on the phone right now, as easy as I can get Jay Swans on the phone. I'm sitting here talking to this man, and he's giving me all kind of gems because I know how to talk to people. I clean up well. And most importantly, I know when to shut up. Yeah. So I listen. So why you think we're so passionate about this? I got all this from air traffic control. That's what I got from this, y'all. Really? It wasn't just the bread. Right, it was the confidence, right? It's the network opportunities.
It's the feeling like that you can accomplish anything. I mean, it's a feeling that, I mean, part of it is I think and I've said this before to you. Part of it is the airborne thing. You jump out of planes. People can't do that. You jump out of planes. You become an air traffic controller. You're walking around like, yo, I can make things happen. You believe in yourself. People are proud of you. People tell you thank you out of the blue. I mean, and it's that level of confidence, and then that level of confidence gets you in the room. And once you get in the room, you can make things happen. And that's what people need us. And that's why I would say these young people that I don't think this person is capable of handling that kind of responsibility. There's a lot of how can I put this without? There's a lot of little mama boys out there. All right, that
bunch of them,
and
your words hurt me.
Yes,
your words,
and
you're a meanie.
And I hate saying mama boys like that because but there is a lot of mama boys out there that don't believe in themselves, or people don't think they can do anything. But part of it is because they've never been given an opportunity. Here's an opportunity for them. Here's an opportunity for you to show that you can do something. Okay,
here it is, and it ain't easy. Get this process right here. Just putting in the paperwork ain't easy. You got to push through it. Through it. So do you have what it takes? So, and then it talks about, I applied, what comes next? It may take several months for applicants to find out if they have been selected into the ATC program. What did we say earlier? Put it in. It ain't going to happen tomorrow, right? It may take it could take 18 months, people. Put it in. It could be a year and a half before you hear back from these folks. Individuals who meet the minimum application requirements will also be required to pass the air traffic skills assessment. This is the test we were talking about. This is one of those that has nothing to do with air traffic control. They do this assessment thing. I can't help you with that. We're going to try to find somebody who's familiar with that, but it's really difficult for us to find. We've been trying.
Yeah.
So you got the ATSA to be considered for employment. We ask that applicants please be patient while waiting to be notified to take the ATSA.
Okay. In airborne terms, squat and hold airborne.
Hold
All
what
right.
you got. Hold what you got.
It's going to take a minute. Don't stress. All right. Put it in, walk away.
Put it in, walk away. Do it right. Get it squared away. Get it done. Be ready. Don't wait till Friday to start. Start right now. If you're listening to this right now, if you're on replay or if you're listening to it live, open up your computer, open up your phone, go to usajobs.gov, put in the search bar 2152-2152 and go over and click what was that? The little box on the side?
For public hire.
For public hire.
Public
announcement. Go to the public announcement. You got it 2152, then go over to the right public announcement box. Hit that. You do that on Friday, the air traffic controller announcement will come up. Start the process.
Once you do all this stuff early, so when it comes time to apply, all you're doing is clicking stuff. You're not typing nothing really in there. You're just clicking stuff. It'll take you, I'll be surprised if it takes you more than 5 minutes.
No, it's going to take long because Naya said it took long because remember, you got to click and save. Click and save. Click and save. Don't go through the whole thing at once.
Well, if your resume is already there, that's the long part, is getting your resume together. Once you got that in there, you know what I mean? All you're doing is, do I want to apply for this job? Yes or no? Check yes.
There you go. There you go. So the
It'll
process I was
over
talking
there.
about, the process I was talking about is that initial process. Then when you go in to upload your resume, remember, don't use any other tool but the tool on usajobs.gov when we're talking about your resume and all this information. Use their tools. Don't screw that up, Airborne. If you screw that up, you will not get in.
Yeah.
All right.
Seriously.
So do that.
One missed box.
One mixed box.
Yeah.
One undotted I, one uncrossed T, and you're a bolo at this. You are a no-go at this station. So people, listen. Make sure you do what we tell you how to do. Listen, pay attention to detail, right? Get that in there. Start that process when you're loading it up. Remember, every time you go to a new page, save the previous page, then go to the next page. Be prepared to get kicked out. Remember, the system is going to be overloaded, right? It's going to be overloaded. Be prepared to be kicked out, right? But get right back in there. Push through. Like Jay Swan says, you do all that when it's time, when you open up that announcement, it's just click, click, click. Done.
Yes.
Look at it. It's done. And remember, notifications. Make sure you enable all the notifications. You want the notifications.
Yeah, set up your email. Yeah, make sure you get, set these so that you get emailed on these things. And like Naya was saying, hey, so notifications, right? You want to get notified when the bid pops up. All right. You know what's coming on the 24th. Set up your profile in the system so that way when the bid pops out, you should receive an email. Don't count on that email. All right. You know what day it's coming out. Look for it. But set notifications up so you can get an email saying, hey, this announcement's out there. All right. 2, once you complete all your stuff and you actually apply for this job, you're going to get a notification that your application was received. All right. The next notification you're going to get is going to be a notification saying that application, that announcement, that job vacancy is now closed. Don't stress when you see it's closed. All right. You've already got your stuff in there. You're getting notifications. It's closed. All right. The next one you want to see, and this is the one that's golden, is that you were referred. All right. You want to see that you were referred, which means that they liked your resume. Okay. Which means that they will eventually be reaching out to you. It could be tomorrow, it could be a year from now, but they could be reaching out to you. So if y'all are doing a little dabbling in a little herbal recreation or whatever, you might want to pause that. Okay. You might want to back up off that because they could be calling you at any time. All right.
And this is what Jay Swans is talking about right now. Individuals who are selected are also required to pass all pre-employment requirements to include a medical examination, security investigation, drug test, and the ATSA. And the ATSA is the assessment thing. All this will be paid for by the United States government. You don't have to pay for anything. I don't think there are any scammers out there, but there might be. If you get notified by someone saying, send us $100 for your medical examination for FAA, that's bullshit. The FAA will pay for everything. So, just you don't pay for a thing. You're getting paid for everything that you do. All right? So remember that. If there's anybody that reaches out to you and says you got to pay this money, it's bullshit. Dump that. Don't first send me the email so I can tell everybody else, and then delete that shit. So, because if I don't think there are any scammers out there, but right now, times are hard. It might be. It might be.
No, there was some before though. There were some cats before though. Yeah. So I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago. Remember they had that weird first assessment, and they had people talking about you pay us this money. We'll teach you how to pass this thing and all that.
Yes. People, that's not a thing. If someone reaches out to you on Instagram or it sends you an email or whatever saying this shit, sends you a random text from a number you don't know, saying that you pay us this money, we're going to help you pass this test, that is a scam. Don't fuck with it. If you do, that's on you. Don't come crying to me because we done told you. We done told you. So, okay, and that was so that you said you've been referred, that's going to be an email that they will receive?
You should receive an email, but don't count on it. Just go back into USA Jobs, and you'll be able to click on your profile, and you'll click on, like, it's been a while, but you'll click on your profile, and then your profile will bring up the job that you applied for, which will be the air traffic job. When you click on that job, you'll be able to see, I think it's like a green tab. It'll say referred, it'll say declined or whatever, or not referred or whatever it is. Okay. But once you set up your profile, it'll explain all that to you, but you'll be able to see if you were referred for this position.
Okay. So the FAA will, so if you're wondering, am I still in the process? If the FAA hasn't told you you're not in the process, then you are.
Yes.
Huh? So if you, for whatever reason, if you don't qualify or you don't meet one of the requirements or your paperwork got in too late, they will tell you. They will tell you. With the paperwork thing, maybe not because you didn't get in there. But if for whatever reason that you're no longer part of this movement, they will notify you. All right. So no news is good news. Remember, they said it could take 7 months. I'm gonna say really closer to maybe a year and a half. Could be up to 18 months. Right. So don't sweat it. So long as you're not getting a notification saying you're out, then you're in. All right.
Check your spam. Check your spam email.
Yes, please check y'all spams, y'all. Check that. For the whole process, y'all, don't just check it once and be like, oh, keep checking your spam. Like, don't just, overlook that. This again, you have to put in the effort. You have to go 100% on this because it's your career. This is for you.
Don't make us want it more than you want it. Do not make us want it more than you want it. And that's what it feels like right now. You know what I mean? Like, we want it. Like, we want you to succeed. And here, let me kind of sidebar this. Look, we're not doing this. Like I said this in the beginning, we're not doing this because we're trying to get something out of it. All right. We're doing this because this is what we were told to do. All right. Because my father helped both of us get into the FAA. All right.
Shout out to Big Jim with his militant ass. Fight the power.
No doubt. But he's the one that helped us get in the FAA. Him, along with, I'll say the names. Rose Cusick. You know what I mean? Dorothy Davis. Those people, they helped us get into this agency. Okay. And all that has been asked of us was to reach back and help others, lift others up on our shoulders and get them in there. So that's what we're doing. And that's it. We ain't trying to holler at no women. We're not trying to get no money. We're not trying to we're trying to help y'all out. This is genuine. Okay. There's nothing in this for us. Nothing. I'm gonna keep it 100.
We care about the process for y'all. If you do this and you get in and you got questions, I'm not lying. Hit me up. I will talk to you about it. I only ask one thing. My name's on you. If we get to that point, you better bust your ass because trust me, all I gotta do is pick up the phone. I don't care what facility you get. I can pick up the phone and I can find out exactly what's going on. Right? Yeah. So if I'm gonna put my name on it, you better fucking represent. That's all I'm gonna say. If you ain't gonna represent, then all right, I got something for you. I take this serious like that. Yo, I want y'all to succeed. I want to help. You feel me? Don't fuck about. I keep saying that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, that's
You know,
what's up. Yeah, go ahead.
see, normally I'm the one to be all worked up. I'm trying to be cool right now. See?
Because you got more people in than me. I only got a handful in, man. I ain't gonna. I'm dude. You might have gotten hundreds of people in here, bro. You might have gotten hundreds in.
Yeah.
I got,
mean,
I'm not as competitive as you, but I'm still competitive, man. Like shit, man. I'm trying to get my numbers up. So
Well, you know,
remember, y'all. Oh, go ahead.
you say, no, this is real though. I mean, like everything he's saying is real. Like, I mean, when you get in here, you are representing. I mean, look, especially if you're black, you're a minority. There's not too many minority air traffic controllers. I wish I had the numbers, but it would not shock me if there's less than 1,000. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So you have to get in there and bust your ass. I mean, and here, let me preface. We're not just trying to help minorities, all right? I'm just telling you the truth, though. There's less than. So when you get in there, you have to bust your ass. Everybody's looking at you. Okay. And you go and you say our names, people will know us, which is messed up. good or bad, people will know us. And you got to represent. And then something else I ask, reach back and help the next person.
Yep.
Right. And even when you're in, there's going to be people that need help. All right. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the help that you got to get in here.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that seem to forget that. All right. They think they do all this stuff on their own. And look, you are getting in on for like when it comes to me on generations of air traffic controllers.
Yep.
Okay. I said my father started in the 70s. Okay. I did through the 2000s. Don came in with me. We came in together. He came in, this is what it is. So reach back and help the next person. Lift them up on your shoulders and get them up where they need to be.
Yep.
Even if your career ends at a certain point, so be it. Put somebody up above you and make them reach the next person. Just so on and so forth. Y'all take this seriously. Don't play games.
Don't play games. So, and that was so important. That last thing I read, I'm gonna read it again. Individuals who are selected are also required to pass all pre-employment requirements to include a medical examination, right? Security investigation, drug test, and the ATSA. Listen, drug test. Oh, I live in a state where marijuana is legal. The FAA is government. The government frowns upon drug use. If you high and you go take this test and you fail the drug test, you're out. There is no second chances. You're out. They're not gonna let you in. I understand in certain states that you can go ahead and marijuana is quasi legal, but it's still not legal according to the federal government. Yep. So listen, we gotta be smart. Be smart. If you can't stop smoking drugs long enough to take this test, you don't need to be an air traffic controller.
For real. Tell the next person. Get somebody else on.
Go find that square, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to be an air traffic controller. And again, don't pay any money for this. All this is covered by the government. Let's see. Because of the serious nature of this kind of work and zero margin for error, selected candidates will train at the FAA Academy in Oklahoma City. After successful completion of training, you'll be placed in a radar facility or air traffic tower to gain on-the-job experience before becoming certified professional controller. Applicants must be willing to work anywhere in the United States. I'm going to say that one more time. Applicants must be willing to work anywhere in the United States of America, man. That includes Hawaii, Alaska, and any province, like the Aleutians, Guam, all that stuff, yo. There are ATC facilities in all them places. You have to be, they're not going to ask you to go to to Guam or to Hawaii if you live in, Michigan.
They're not going.
They're not going to do it.
Hopefully, hopefully.
But when I got in, I didn't care. If they had told me I had to go to Micronesia, I would have went to Micronesia because I was about that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And if you somewhere remote, you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid a lot of extra money to be there. Also, Puerto Rico, right? You can be at FAA facilities in Puerto Rico.
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, yes. The U.S. Virgin Islands. There are FAA, United States government facilities there. They have airports. They got airplanes. They need air traffic controllers.
Man, they got airports in New Jersey.
I didn't even know New Jersey was still part of the union, but it's cool. It's cool. I see y'all up there. I see y'all. It's cool. I see y'all. I'm just saying. So be connected, spread the word, access our digital toolkit. We talked about that earlier. Building on success. of last year's campaign, the FAA is again partnering with diverse organizations, hosting Instagram live conversations and a Reddit AMA. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm not a big Reddit person. And working with influencers and others to get the word out to all communities to BATC. Mark your calendars for the important dates. It's funny. I'm an influencer, I guess, but I'm not big enough because they didn't hit me up. You would think the FAA go talk to a retired FAA controller about hiring FAA controllers. But hey, it is what it is. They'll hit me up. They'll probably hit us up after the announcement closes. So we got this diagram here. June 21st, 3 p.m. They're gonna have an Instagram live Q&A. Check that out, y'all. Go look at everything available, every tool available, not just us, but everything. Go check that out. They have the Reddit AMA. That's June 24th. Application opens also on June 24th. And like Jay Swans was saying, it's probably
Central.
I'm not sure. It might be Central Time. I think everything's on Central Time.
Yeah,
with the government. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna get back to you. And the application closes June 27th. There's a 3-day window, 72 hours to get this done. It's not gonna be 72 and a half hours. It's not gonna be 75 hours, right? You get me?
And and everybody's gonna be doing it at the same time.
The system is going to crash. Last time, between 20 and 50,000 people were trying to get these slots. Yeah. Right? There's going to be about 6,000 slots that are open here, y'all. You got to compete. You got to compete. Please do what we were saying. Let's see. We about an hour and 45 minutes in. And it's like bringing your best to BATC. It's a challenging job, but it's also rewarding at the end of the day. When you get home and look up at the sky, you know that what you've done makes a difference.
I don't even laugh, man. That just seems so corny. Whoever wrote that's just corny, man.
It's Jeffrey Vincent, VP for Air Traffic Services. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
When you look at the
sky, you will see how rewarding this is. It will change, man. Look.
When I'm looking at the sky, I'm trying to get out of the way of the birds because I ain't trying to get dumped on by birds.
I'm trying to. Is it gonna rain? That's.
Right. So I need an umbrella. So look, y'all. That's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. Here's the opportunity. If it's only one person that makes it all the way through, I will be so happy. That is a win. I would love that all 6,000 or so people who get hired all say, you know what, we were watching Jay Swans and DL Saint and with, and they got us motivated to do it. That would be the best thing ever. You know what I mean? I know it's not realistic, but that's how we look at shit. You know what I mean? We're looking at 100%. So we're going to continue to do this. Monday, I'm going to be back on here with Freddie Green. He's president of the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees. And we're going to be talking about this as well. And we're also trying to reach out to other influencers. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Send this to anybody. If anyone has a page, send this information out. I'm already in touch with Myron from Fresh and Fit. Looks like we're going to do something Friday to get this information out. I've already put it in their Patreon. So send these links out, y'all. Let everybody know. Like, this is an outstanding opportunity. And, again, it looks like the FAA is going to be doing this for the next few years because they got a lot of slots they need to fill.
Yeah, seriously.
And did we cover everything, brother? I want to say we might be done.
Yeah, I think so, man. There's no questions. I'm looking at the thing on my phone.
Yeah, we had no questions. Again, it's a Saturday. I know people were out doing their thing. If you have any questions, pin them in the comments below. I will answer any questions you have. My email is attached to this YouTube. Reach out to me. Email me. My Instagram, don.lewis _comedy. Hit me up on that, right? Because I'm sorry. I said that backwards, y'all. Correction. Don_Lewis.comedy. Don_Lewis.comedy. That's my Instagram.
That's his CTE. He done been knocked in the head too many times.
It's that, and I've been up all night. So Don_Lewis.comedy. There's a picture of me doing stand up on a. This is my comic page on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Instagram.
You gonna link it to the thing on the thing?
I am. I'm gonna link it in the comments below. I'm not gonna link it on this because we're about to jump off and all this disappears. So I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna pin it. Reach out to me. You know what I mean? I will help you to the best of my ability. Remember, when you go into usajobs.gov, save as you go. Every time you go to a new page, save it. Every time you go to a new page, save it. Activate the notifications. Be diligent. Use the tools that they're on the site. Don't use your own tools. I just wanted to go over the stuff that we're talking about. Follow up, right? Understand the system will shut down. Don't worry. Stay on it. Keep pushing through. And you do not need a degree. 3 years of work experience. 3 years of work experience. 18 years old, U.S. citizen, 3 years of work experience. That's all you need. College is fine, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
It is not required. And if you do get to the next stage, stop smoking weed. You're gonna get drug tested.
No doubt.
You got anything, brother?
No, that's it, man. You hit everything. Just, like we said, we ain't doing this to get anything out of y'all. We're just trying to help y'all. We're doing what we were told to do. You know what I mean? Reach back and help the next one. So, just do the same thing we're doing. If somebody is doing something, if somebody, if you think somebody looks like, that, look, you see a young man, a young woman just trying to handle their stuff, get this information to them. This is your opportunity to give back as well. All right. So, follow our lead, give back, help the community out. Right. Let's do what's right. Okay.
Let's do what's right. Let's do what's right, people, because, that's how we should be living. It ain't all about getting the bag. It's not all about you. It's about us. We need each other. All of us.
No doubt.
All of us. White, black, brown, yellow, polka dot, green, whatever. Gay, lesbian, straight, plus, minus, whatever. We all need each other. We all need each other. Like whatever it is. It's so this is what we're doing. This is why I'm on YouTube. Miss AKA Lady, I will be passing this around. Good information. Thank you, love. I thank you so much for your support. Another day one. You know what I mean? Like, brother Jason, I'm gonna be hollering at you, man. You need to be. I'm pretty sure you're under 31. I could be wrong, but if you are, you need to be doing this, bro. So all right, I'll be back Monday, and get this done, y'all. I'm DL Saint. That is Jay Swans. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. Holla at y'all later. Peace.